how men test you before they respect you. First way men will test you is smashing. We become accustomed to you, the women, talking a big game. Oh, I'm not like all the other girls. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Oh, I'm not going to sleep with you on the first night. Once we press you just a little tiny bit, you fold like a cheap lawn chair. They're going to do this in a variety of different ways. It's going to be based off of whatever your trigger points are. So what I mean by that, for example, is if I'm a guy and I go out on a date with you, and in the process of me meeting you and getting to know you, I gain an understanding that the best reaction and response I get from you is when I love bomb you. So if I tell you, oh, you know, you're just so beautiful. You're just so stunning and amazing. You're dump truck. You're so voluptuous. I just can't believe how much I want to make you my wife. I just can't believe how much I want to make you the mother of my children. I just can't believe how much of a connection we're sharing on this very first date. It feels like I've known you forever. It feels like we've been together forever. It feels like we knew each other in a past life. When he can sense that if he makes you feel like this connection is so deep and so vast and so wide, and you guys are so close with each other, that you'll be persuaded and convinced that you don't need to do all the vetting process. You don't need to be patient. You don't need to wait for absolutely anything. You'll just jump right into it because this is already so deep. Oh, you guys are already connecting on such an intimate level. This is already going places that no other relationship in your entire life has ever went. It's a catch-22 because even if I date you with the intention of finding a wife, but I'm able to get access to you, to get access to your Squirtle, to have pineapples with you on the first date, second date, very early on, what's going to happen is my inclination or what I think of you in terms of how you represent a wife is going to be diminished. Even though I came in with the mindset that I wanted to see if you could be a wife. That's the thing. Guys are actively testing you to see if you're not what they wanted you to be or thought you were. As a man, when I come to the realization that you're easily controlled by me, I don't respect you. I don't respect you at all. And I damn sure don't respect you enough to make you my wife. But I do recognize that the amount of control I have over you will make my life a lot easier because I can utilize you for exactly what I want to utilize you for and discard of you when I don't feel like utilizing you any longer.
These men be having us in a chokehold when it comes to that love bombing, and I will make a video on that next time. Hey, Rych Babes, it's your girl Bella Dyor, and I know I have failed so many times when a man was testing me. I'm so ashamed. After my divorce, when I say I was a baby, I was an infant in dating, and I had no idea what I was doing. And baby, let me tell you, I had to get out of that deep water. I was drowning. And I'm sure that I am not the only one who has ever been tested and failed by a man. I mean, when I say that man was so fine, the last time I had a guy love bomb me and into my panties. And when I say I was enjoying every bit of it, the way that I was singing birds to that man by the end of the first month of us dating was so embarrassing, girl. The month I gave this man my cookies, and after I gave him my cookies, that's when I knew I fucked up. So, Rych Babes, let's get into this video and how men test us to see if we are really about what we say to these men, because they know. They sprinkle a little bit of extra, and we be sizzling in like 2 days, okay? Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And no, I will not have any commentary at the end of this video, so I hope that you enjoy. Make sure that you comment down below, and I will see you next time.
We play games because y'all do it, and we be playing games to test y'all sometimes. We be testing y'all to see what y'all gonna put up with, what we can get away with, what y'all gonna deal with from us. And sometimes we be playing games to see if you actually like wifey material, you know what I'm saying? Like, we be testing y'all. Fret not though, because I'm about to get y'all the tea as I always do. But it's my last time doing it, all right? I'm done doing it. I'm done giving y'all the biz because I'm exposing too much, all right? It's my last time. I'm about to tell y'all the ways that men test women. And disclaimer, please, y'all, I ain't no damn prophet, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no one-size-fits-all situation. So don't take what I say so literal, you know what I mean? Take what I say and put it into your situation, all right? Listen. So first, we'll purposely go long periods of time without talking to y'all. We be doing this to see how much attention y'all go demand, and if we could just pop in and out of y'all life if we want to. Like I said, this not a one-size-fits-all situation. Sometimes we dead do be busy, you know what I'm saying? But if you know your partner and your partner mess with you like that, 9 times out of 10, he gonna let you know, like, oh, look, I'm at work, I'm at the gym, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so I'm not gonna be on my phone. And you should just be knowing your partner. Like, is he the type to just fall asleep and ghost the whole world? You know what I mean? Do he really not be on his phone like that? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Next, we'll bring you around our friends early on. And we be doing this to see if you're going to be choosy, if you're going to be flirty, if you're going to be all up in their face, being friendly, stuff like that. But this is actually a good thing, though, because that means he's really considering taking things seriously with you. You know what I mean? He letting you meet out his peoples and stuff like that. Be warned, though, the insecure man will find a way to see flirtation in any of the things you're doing, even if you're just being cordial with him. And last is seeing if we can get y'all to the crib on the first link. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Men do not mind taking y'all out on dates, you know what I'm saying? Dudes be paying for the cheat all the time, you know, that ain't nothing. But you gotta set that standard that's what it is. Cause if I could get you to the crib and hit it on the first link, then why am I gonna take you on a date? Cause I'm gonna keep it real. The end goal, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The end goal always be to get some coochie. But you actually like liking a girl, having feelings for her, getting to know her, come from the stuff outside of that. So if you're gonna let a dude get it easy on the first link, especially if y'all haven't really been talking or texting or anything like that prior, then there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to really get to know you. There's no reason to go on dates and everything. You already gave me what I wanted. Ladies, understand, men like the chase. We like the chase. Even though that's annoying, we naturally like the chase. But yeah, I hope my last couple of vids, the ones I made before this one and this one, help y'all. Like I said, man, I ain't no prophet. I'm just speaking from experience and things I've seen, things I might have done myself. So, I mean, don't take what I say too literal. Just take what I say and try to apply it to your situation. Don't take it full circle and say, this is exactly who my man is, because we are different, you know what I mean?
It is mandatory that you test the women you dating, especially if you want something serious with them. Anytime you start dealing with a woman, you're going to be dealing with her representative. And you typically won't see the real her until she knows that you invested enough, or she feels that you invested enough, so that when you see who she truly is, you won't leave. And one of the worst things is to waste time, energy, and resources on a woman who was pump faking you the whole time. So I'm gonna teach you some tester run to reveal her true character and make informed decisions. First one is the slut test. This is where you test to see how comfortable she is with casual sex. After you hit it, pull back a little bit. Don't ignore her though, but pull back enough so that you're not pursuing as hard. If she go ghost and she don't put a little pressure on her pursuit, she more than likely used to casual, no strings attached sex. A woman who's not used to slinging the cat around, or a woman who's not currently slinging the cat around, views her sleeping with you and giving you her body as an investment, a big one. And she don't want it to be in vain. She wants more out of you. She wants more of you in exchange for that. Even if your meat and sex game is trash, a woman who's not a bop, or who's not used to being out there like that, or who's not like that, is not going to ghost you or go silent once she give you her body. Next is the constructive criticism test. Give her some constructive criticism or some game on where you can see she lacking at. It can be anything. Let's just say you see that she has a problem being prompt and on time for whatever reason, like most women. You may point out and say something like, yo, you should try planning out your steps so you're not always rushing, anxious, and on edge. It'll improve the quality of your life. Pay attention to how she takes and receives that. You are looking to see if she's open to being upgraded, if she values leadership, her emotional maturity, and if she's combative. Last is the contribution test to see if she's willing to reciprocate, contribute, and how supportive and cooperative she is. Let's say she comes over to your house. Pay attention to if she makes herself useful or not, if she organizes your stuff. Sometimes leave your stuff a little unorganized to see what she do about it. If she give you some game on how you can, make your house run a little bit more efficient. If she do the dishes, if she make the bed, stuff like that. Pay attention to when y'all wake up in the morning. Get up out of the bed first and go do something else around the house. See if she make the bed. Tell her you gotta run to the store real quick and leave the house for like 15 minutes and see what she's doing or what she's done when you get back. Some women, instead of using that time to be useful and valuable, they'll use it to snoop through your shit. You can learn so much about a woman by testing her like that when she come to your house. If you want to learn more ways to vet women so you don't waste precious time, energy, and resources, then join the Players Club. I could teach you all of that plus more. comment or send me a message that says
Here's a quick way that men test women while dating. Men will constantly test how quickly they can get a woman into bed as early on as possible to really see whether or not they're relationship material. I know this is crazy, but bear with me. A guy will push on a first date, second date, third date to sleep with a woman, and then when he gets what it is that he wants, the test has actually failed. How messed up is that? I've actually talked to guys who were upset that a woman slept with him on the first date, even though he was trying to. So what does this crazy mind really mean? If a woman slows things down and paces things, shows restraint, her value increases exponentially in his eyes. Even though he's not getting what it is that he wants, he's now getting what it is that he needs, which is a woman who values herself and slows down, gets to know someone before jumping into bed. I know it's not fair, but it's just how the world works. Slow down, pace, get to know the guy before jumping into bed with him. I assure you, it's going to make your love life much less complicated.
Coach, how do men test women? First of all, let me start by saying everybody tests people. Women test men, men test women. The truth of the matter is testing is not always bad, because what they're doing, they're trying to find out information. You're trying to gather information that a person is necessarily not going to tell you. Also, men test women so that he can determine how to categorize her. Is she a jump off? Is she wifey material? Is she just a friend? So these tests are necessary to determine that. And again, women test men. So let me jump right into them. 5 tests that men do. Number 1, the sexual test. This sexual test is simply to see how fast he can sleep with you. And what does he do? He escalates it physically, maybe touching, maybe he sends dick pics, or maybe verbally wanting to see where you are. Number 2, the casual friend test. What he really wants to know is simply this: can I get the benefits of a girlfriend without having a girlfriend? And I'm telling you, people do it all the time. So what he does is he does things to see if he can sleep with you, if I can get money, if I can get you to take care of my kids or do things like that. Number 3, the family test. He introduces you to his friends, his family, people that he cares about. He wants to know simply that, do they approve? How do you interact with them? He's trying to figure out where you stand with them. The 4th one is the wifey material test. He's trying to decide if you are wife material. When he gives you this test, it often involves questions about kids, cooking. It's called future pacing. He's attempting to see if he can see you in his future. And number 5, the last one, is the backbone test. Don't fail this test. He'll say things, maybe offensive things, maybe negging things. They call it negging when he's talking about you. But you have to put him in check. You've got to chin check his ass. You got to tell him, listen, that is not acceptable, because no man, well, not every man, most men don't want a woman that he can run over.
Men will test you. They love to act like they respect you and what you're saying. And if you're like, oh, this isn't for me, like, I don't really want to do this, girl, he might leave you alone for a few weeks, a week or two, couple days, I don't know, whatever. He's gonna come back and bring the same energy that he was on. They do this to see if you're really about what you said. Can you put your money where your mouth is type shit. Okay, so say like you guys were hooking up, you were fuck buddies or whatever, and you were like, no, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, I don't really want to be in this situation. He's like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. Like, completely agree. You're right. I'll leave you alone. Then he pops up and is like, oh, hey, how are you? He randomly asks you to hook up again. You're sitting there like, oh, maybe he really likes me, but no, bitch, he does not really like you. He's not really interested. This is a fucking test. If he comes back and is like trying to be all sweet and everything, like, no. No. He is truly just testing you to see if he can get you back in the bed and if you can stand firm on what you said. Because then he's got you back and he's got what he wanted.
Listen to this. 5 ways men test women just to see how they act. Number 1, he'll put you in a setting with friends just to see how you behave around other men, because he want to see if you are the one for him. In order for him to see that, he has to know that you behave a certain way. See, men don't invest in things that don't know how to behave to the magnitude of what they believe is proper etiquette. See, when you're too friendly with the homeboys, then you're not for him. You might just be for the village. That's how men look at women. Number 2, He may talk about his past tense relationship just to see if you're jealous. Asking questions to see how you react to certain things that he's went through. See, when he say things like, yeah, my ex used to be jealous about, he's testing you to see if that you're the same way. And if you ultimately fail that test, he knows what label to put on you. Number 3, he'll test you to see your neediness. Sometimes a lot of women tend to believe that a man is a paycheck. And a lot of times the men that see that the woman thinks he's a paycheck ultimately only come for one mission. And once he accomplishes his mission, he is gone. He is unsubscribing and leaving that job alone because he's not a paycheck. He won't be a paycheck. See, the men that are conscious and understand this, they tend to test you. So they'll take you to a store just to see if you have very expensive taste. See, it's one thing to have expensive taste on your dime, but it's another to have it on his. Number 4, he'll ask questions like, how did your last relationship end? The reason why he's asking that is because he want to test your loyalty. He want to see, what did you do to the last man? So sometimes we play nice and play on friendly. Oh yeah, word, you did that to him. That's crazy. Wow, word. But in the back of his mind, he's like, unfollow, instant block and delete. Number 5, he'll test if you drama. See, men don't like toxic women. And the reason why toxic women tend to get the most talked about nowadays is because most people are just toxic. And a real man who's established and have things to lose won't attach himself to something like that. See, when you're insecure and you're yelling and screaming and everything is not knowing how to explain and express yourself, a lot of the men that a lot of women say they won't attach themselves to that. Why would a man work this hard to build himself up, ultimately lose everything he's built for a very insecure, toxic woman? That don't even make sense. Don't let that go over your head.
Men put you in 3 categories. One of those categories is, okay, she has potential to be something serious, right? The other category is, I don't want to be anywhere around her. Like, it'll never happen. I don't even want her as a friend, right? And the third one is, okay, I can't see myself in a relationship with her, but we can have some fun together. Whether that be friendship or whether that be sex only relationship, whatever the case may be. But this is a fun situation, right? I'm not going to put any serious stock into where this thing is going. By the time we come up and introduce ourselves, our mind is pretty much made up, right? But within 15 to 20 minutes of conversation, it's going to either confirm the category that we have you in, or it's going to make us transfer you to a new category. But the majority of the decision is already made up before we.
3 tests guys run on girls they either find attractive or they're just trying to test. I don't do it, but piece to piece, man. Awesome. 1. This is one, I'm not gonna lie, I probably might do this when I get a wife, and this is not toxic, but an under pressure method. We want to see how you ladies act under pressure. I have been around ladies that act insane, and I would not like to have a wife that's like that. And the only way to test it is to put shorty under pressure, bro. So he may play like a stress joke on you, make your blood pressure rise. Shit, I don't know. That's just one of them. But 2, they try to slick make you jealous. Now, a lot of guys, they may try to make you jealous by texting other girls and posting on their story, or just blatantly telling you, or following other girls, things you can easily access. But slick, it's I had a dude who did this once. He sprayed perfume on him, then linked with his girl, and he wanted to just see if he cared or she cared. This was back in the day. I don't surround myself with those type of people no more, but you know what I'm saying? Dudes will do little stuff like that, things you won't even really think about like that. Another one is what is it? It's something with the acrylics. French tip. I know that because I'm a man, bro, but it's the way it's painted. French tip is the way it's painted. But he might say something weird 1-inch French tip. Bro, he got that straight from my account, bro. Don't believe that boy. He don't know nothing about that. He ain't in the field like me. They use the TOG method. The TLG method is basically where he just sees if you're just using him, really. Girls, that's why I tell y'all, start a business. The month just started. We don't fake shit around here, bro. This is the real app. 20K in the month just started. I'll put you on, just DM me the word e-com. I'll put you on how you can literally make up to 6 figures a month doing e-com. But look, I'm about to put y'all on another secret. If you do want to know if this guy stalks you, because that's another test, just press right here. Go to Instagram direct. Keep that on the low, no cap. But girls, DM me the word e-com if you do want to learn on IG.
Did you know that men test women in the beginning of their relationship to know and which level they can place you and how to treat you later on in this relationship. Whether you're going to be a respected woman, which can be in a long, nice relationship or marriage, or you are that type of girl which is going to be just a side piece, sitting and wondering why is he treating you like that, even though you don't deserve it. So number one is the sexual test, where in the beginning of the relationship, he is trying to see how far you're willing to go or how accessible you are. So in this moment, when you see that he is being in your zone, he is giving you this unnecessary touches by mistake, hugs, I don't know what, he's trying to be close to you when he shouldn't be, because a man's supposed to respect a woman. If you're a high valued woman, you're supposed to be respected. And he should know that he cannot come close to you. He cannot come into your zone unless you let him. So once that happens, you're supposed to set up a boundary, a very strong one, and to let him know that this is not the way. It's not going to be like that. Otherwise, if you will not do this, you will end up as being a side piece, which is only for fun, and you know where it goes. Number two, it's a sarcasm test. If, for example, he starts throwing jokes, some jokes which can hurt you, some jokes which are not nice, sarcastic, evil jokes, mean jokes, and if you're gonna just sit and laugh with him about it, then you're done. He will be making fun of you the rest of the relationship, and when the things will be hard, he will be using bad language with you. So he will not be respecting you, and he will be crossing this language barrier where he can throw some disgusting, nasty words, and you don't want that, trust me. So when that happens, when he throws a joke and you don't like it, you should stop him. You should say, hey, I really don't like this. I don't like when people are being mean to me or they are throwing disgusting jokes, so please be nice. And he will know that he cannot just be mean to you, and he cannot throw this disgusting jokes. Trust me. They're testing the waters, how deep they can go and how much you are planning to swallow. And the last test is how he treats you. If from the beginning, if he starts treating you without the respect, if he keeps on putting you down, if he is trying to show you your place as a woman, sit in that corner, you know, first of all, I don't recommend you. It's a red flag. It's a red flag if a guy does not treat you nice from the beginning. It's a red flag if using mean jokes and trying to be sarcastic with you in a disgusting way, even though if you try to stop him. It's a red flag when a guy is trying to be sexual with you in the beginning. This is not okay. So if you come across such people, such males, then please just go away from them. You don't need these people in your life. So when the test about the treatment is when he is not trying to treat you nice, when he is trying to be not polite, when he's not being gentle, this is the time when in the beginning he has to be, as gentle as possible, as nice as possible, as romantic, as cute, and all this blah blah nice stuff. When he's not doing that, you just have to tell him that you are not happy with that in the beginning. And if he keeps on doing that, then girl, you know what to do. So that was the 3 tests which men do in the beginning of the relationship. So if you come across any of this and you're in the beginning of the relationship, because later on it's going to be so hard to come up, I mean, it's impossible to come up from this loop when he already tested and he saw that you can go that far. So, and then he'll be like, you were fine back then, what happened to you now? So my ladies, always know your value, always set your boundaries, because you are that high valued woman.
Men are always testing you, whether you realize it or not. They are sitting back with their hands folded and just watching you from the corner of their eye. Let me see how she's going to react in this situation. Let me see how she's going to maneuver if I say this. Let me see what kind of woman she is if I ask her to go pick me up a $20 meal while she's on her way to my house. Let me see if she's nurturing. Let me see if she's a wife. Let me see if she would be a good mother. Let me see. And a lot of you women are failing with flying colors. Like, just so easily failing. Because you're so worried about getting God. You're so worried about trying to sprinkle. That it's a possibility that there's a great man in front of you that you are just going to go ahead and you're stepping past and letting him just pass you by. Because of your own ego. Women always talk about they want to feel safe, secure, loved, admired, this, all of that. And what is your man supposed to be? Over there just twiddling his thumbs? How is he supposed to feel?
I'm about to give every single girl 3 shit tests that guys do on y'all to see if you will fail these. You may think you don't need to watch this video. Don't complain when you fellies and bro cheats on you. Bro, what? Your mom. Yeah, so listen up. Sometimes we won't text first just to see if y'all text first. And this is reverse psychology. Because you may be thinking, oh, I'm not going to text to show I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my standards high. No, that's not good. We want y'all to text. Reason being is because we think, how many dudes does Shorty have? Whoa. Yeah, how many dudes does Shorty have in her DMs? We don't want to be caught in that mouse trap. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be caught in the screenshots and none of that. So we want to see if y'all get text first. And if you do, that shows your egos, you feel me? Your standards are high, but your ego isn't that high. That's what we like. 2, I don't mean to snitch the guys out, bro, but we do like to see if y'all get jealous. You ever been around a guy and we're like, hey, this one girl is messing with us. Or this one girl keeps sliding up on my story. Let me tell the girl something, and I'm sorry to snitch the guys out again. But if the girl was really a threat, we would not tell y'all. So just know, if he's telling you, he's trying to see if you care. You know what I'm saying? 3, we do little things to see if you act crazy. Such as just leave you on open. And it's toxic, but these are tests. Just leave you on open. Just do little things to see if you will act crazy. Don't start acting up, because once you start acting up, that's like that's hella unattractive when you start acting crazy and shit. Hey, if you want to clear your skin up or even dress better so the hoodie's not messing up your hair, it's all in my bio.
This is how men run game on women. If a man want to know if you weak, he'll tell you what you want to hear, make you fall in love, and then all of a sudden he'll ghost you. He'll disappear. You can't call him, you can't text him or nothing. Now, if you don't run behind him, he know that you're different, you're strong, and you ain't weak. Now, if you blowing his phone up, he know he got you. So he gonna use that to get what he want from you. All I gotta do is act like I don't want her when I want something, and she gonna feel lonely. So in order to get me back, she gotta do what I say. And one thing about men, they always gonna use something that you want, money. They gonna use that money to play with your mind and your feelings. See, a man can pay your bills all day, do everything for you all day. But as soon as you don't do something, he stop doing everything. He'll leave you in debt. He will put you behind. That's if you depend on his money all the time, every month. That makes a woman money hungry. And that woman will sell herself short because she don't want to be broke. She don't want to get in debt. She can get what she want. She can save her own money. That woman will go against her friends and her family because she know that I ain't going to get nothing from that man if I turn my back on that man. The truth hurt.
So to the men that like to test women, double it and give it to the next. Give it to the next person. I'm good. I want to fail the test every single time. You think somebody got time to be playing with you? At all. At our big grown age. Don't nobody got time to be playing with you. Y'all want to test so bad, go take an STD test. Go take that test. Go take that test. Since y'all want to test so bad. Test that blood work. Test that ping. Go get that test.
Coach, how do men test women? First of all, let me start by saying everybody tests people. Women test men, men test women. The truth of the matter is testing is not always bad, because what they're doing, they're trying to find out information. You're trying to gather information that a person is necessarily not going to tell you. Also, men test women so that he can determine how to categorize her. Is she a jump off? Is she wifey material? Is she just a friend? So these tests are necessary to determine that. And again, women test men. So let me jump right into them. 5 tests that men do. Number 1, the sexual test. This sexual test is simply to see how fast he can sleep with you. And what does he do? He escalates it physically, maybe touching, maybe he sends dick pics, or maybe verbally, wanting to see where you are. Number 2, the casual friend test. What he really wants to know is simply this: can I get the benefits of a girlfriend without having a girlfriend? And I'm telling you, people do it all the time. So what he does is he does things to see if he can sleep with you, if I can get money, if I can get you to take care of my kids or do things like that. Number 3, the family test. He introduces you to his friends, his family, people that he cares about. He wants to know simply that, do they approve? How do you interact with them? He's trying to figure out where you stand with them. The 4th one is the wifey material test. He's trying to decide if you are wife material. When he gives you this test, it often involves questions about kids, cooking. It's called future pacing. He's attempting to see if he can see you in his future. And number 5, the last one is the backbone test. Don't fail this test. He'll say things, maybe offensive things, maybe negging things. They call it negging when he's talking about you. But you have to put him in check. You've got to chin check his ass. You got to tell him, listen, that is not acceptable, because no man, well, not every man, most men don't want a woman that he can run over.
The reason why men test women is because they want to see whether or not you're a weak person, whether or not they can take advantage of you. Humans are always doing a few things. 1, they're sensing for weakness. 2, they're testing you to see if you're weak. And 3, humans cannot resist a weak target. They cannot resist. You can have a nerdy motherfucker, right? A fucking Bob the programmer. And if you give him power and if you let him disrespect you, he's going to turn into Tyrone the personal trainer. All in one day, okay? So when a guy tests you by disrespecting you, what you got to do is pull away. And that's how you gain his respect. If you want to learn more about this, I have a course called Natural Chemistry that teaches you how to gain the respect of a guy. I have a course called The Psychological Game of Attraction that teaches you how to get a guy to like you from the first date until you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. Get the coupon below for 50% off. Follow me on Instagram right here to soothe my toxic ego, and follow me on TikTok, or I'm closing the channel. Stay toxic.
The reason why men test you is for 2 reasons. 1, humans always need to test for weakness to see whether or not they're going to take advantage of you. That's how humans are. Just like a class tests the substitute teacher to see if they're a pushover, they usually test it to see whether or not they deserve respect. 2, because people, most likely you're sending signs of weakness, and so they test you to confirm it. They'll push your buttons, they'll pull away, they'll act distant to see whether or not you'll pursue. And if you pursue, you confirm to them that you're weak, and all of a sudden, a person who might have been meek and nice and polite, all of a sudden turns into a tyrant. That's why you should always display signs of power. Always be willing to walk away. Once you do that, you give them a deterrent, and that deterrence prevents people from manipulating you, prevents people from trying to play you. To learn more about this, follow me on TikTok or follow me on Instagram.